Greetings, children of the screen. Your friendly neighborhood nerd scum here once again, coming at you with another First 5 video. That's right, this is the video where I go through the first 5 comics that I read out of my pull list this week, and I talk to you guys about them a little bit, share my thoughts as it were. They're not necessarily the best 5 comics that I read out of my pull list this week, just the first 5 that drew my attention or piqued my interest the most. So without any further ado, let's go ahead and jump right in. So first off this week, we have Mr. Miracle number 7 by Tom King, Mitch Gerads, and Clayton Cowles. As always, guys, this book was frickin' phenomenal. I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time on it. It's been great since it came out. I'm really loving this book. In this issue, we get to see a little bit of a time jump as Big Barda is now delivering hers and Mr. Miracle's baby, and you get to just see how these characters deal with that situation. There's also this really great bit where the Furies show up to like support Barda. It's like the first child born to like a Fury and maybe forever. It's pretty awesome. So guys, if you are not reading Mr. Miracle, I don't know what to tell you. You got to go out and get on this. This is just a fantastic book. One of the best books coming out right now. This book this week is getting 5 out of 5 GGs and the highest recommendation. Right on, guys. Up next we have The New Mutants by Michael Rosenberg, Adam Gorham, and Michael Garland. This new edition of The New Mutants seems to be focusing like the movie that will be now, it's been pushed back, but the movie that's going to be coming out, and like many of the best New Mutant story arcs, seems to be focusing more on kind of the horror aspect of the characters and of the kind of Marvel world and how kind of mutant powers play into that. All in all, guys, this book was really awesome. I really didn't expect much going into it. When I flipped through it, it didn't really interest me all that much, but I used to read The New Mutants, and I thought I'd give it a shot. Plus, some of the Michael Rosenberg stuff has been really, really good here recently. So, yeah, it was awesome. I really enjoyed it. The artwork is really, really great, although Wolfsbane's character design kind of didn't work for me a little bit, but all the others I really enjoyed. The color in this book, the colors, man, Garland's use of color in this book is absolutely fantastic, but also the writing and the story was really fun. All in all, guys, I'm going to be giving this one this week 4 out of 5 GGs and a definite recommend. Moving right along, we have Infidel number 1 by Pornsak Pichotti, Aaron Campbell, and Jose Villarrubia. Again, guys, you know I'm bad at these pronunciations of the names. I apologize for butchering those. But having said that, let's get into it. I know some people aren't going to buy this book or read this book just based on the title, assuming that it has the same kind of political stuff that's been going on in a lot of the comics, but that is not the point of this book. This is a horror book first that is very character-driven. Our main character is a Muslim woman, but it's one of the better-written Muslim women I've seen in a comic in quite a while. In this book, she's married to a non-Muslim man, and that guy is the guy who is pissed off and in everyone's face about being racist against his wife. His wife is very even-handed about it. She understands why some people might be nervous around her, and she knows that if she just gives them time, like eventually everything will chill out and everything will be fine. But at the same time, there are some really interesting horror elements going on as the building that they're living in with her husband's mother had a mass murder happen recently, and there's clearly some creepy crap going on because of that. The inks in this book, the art and the ink and the color was phenomenal. The characters are well developed. It did take a little bit getting where it was going, but that's not necessarily a pacing issue as long as the follow-up issues really, really pull out all the stops. But all in all, I really enjoyed this book, guys. So this week, it's going to get 3.5 out of 5 GGs and a recommendation. Moving right along, we have Gideon Falls number 1 by Jeff Lemire, Andrea Sorrentino, and Dave Stewart. This book technically came out last week, but my store just got it this week, so we're doing it this week. I don't know how I ended up with all mostly horror books this week, guys, but I am totally okay with that. And this book, like most things put out by Jeff Lemire, is frickin' awesome. The story, not a whole lot happens, but man, it really pulls you into the characters and it pulls you into the world really fast. The artwork is done by Sorrentino. It's the same cat who worked with Lemire on Old Man Logan early on. And weirdly, a lot of the things that didn't work for me, like that artwork was amazing, don't get me wrong. But sometimes there were little stylistic things that didn't work for me in Old Man Logan. Those same things are used in this horror book to great effect. It works fantastic. The artwork in this book was hands down just, it creates a mood, it creates a vibe, like it really pulls you into it. This book was really awesome. I cannot wait for the next issue. Man, Jeff Lemire is just rocking. He is firing on all cylinders these days, man, and this book is no different. Definitely go out and pick this book up. This week, this book's going to be getting 4 out of 5 GGs and quite a big recommendation. You definitely want this one. And finally this week, guys, we have Eternity Girl number 1 by Madeline Visaggio, Sunny Liu, and Chris Chukri. And what to say about Eternity Girl? The art in Eternity Girl is not bad. It's definitely not a style that really is something that I'm necessarily into. If it's paired with the proper story, then it could definitely work, and I've seen this artist work for me in other books. But guys, this book is really bad. Like, I don't even know where to start on this. The book doesn't make any sense, and part of that is because of the nature of this character. But here's the thing. Reading this book is like picking up issue 10 of an ongoing series where a big arc just finished, and they don't give you any of that information going in. It's like you just jumped into it. In fact, this book has none of the information contextually that you need to understand the story or the character. All that information is on the page where the letters page would normally go, at the end of the damn book. Now, because this is a character who stretches throughout time and space, maybe they're trying to do something like that, but it really doesn't work. And I don't know if this was the creative team's pitch, or if this is something that Gerard Way came up with and then outsourced to them. Because I will say this, the concept behind Eternity Girl is really interesting, and it could be really cool. However, the book is not written in a way that makes it like that. The book makes it tedious and boring, and unfortunately, I just don't think this writer has the knowledge or the skill to tell the kind of story that they are trying to tell appropriately. It's really baffling and really off-putting. There's a lot of use of really, like, esoteric, like, I don't know, like, there's all this, like, pseudo-metaphysical babble talk, but it doesn't make sense. Also, the main character is a shapeshifter who can't keep her own shape, but she can, like, break down all of her molecules and spread out to, like, a 15-foot radius around her, because, you know, that's fucking easier than maintaining her shape. I'm sorry. This book was really bad. It really frustrated me. I've never done this before, but this book is getting 1 out of 5 GGs, and the highest of whatever the opposite of a recommend is. If you're interested, then go pick it up. If you're a fan of the creative team, then definitely support them, but I couldn't recommend this book to anyone. It was baffling and painful to read. Wow. Right on, guys, but those are just my thoughts. What did you think about these books? Did you pick them up this week? After what you heard here, are you going to pick any of them up? Let me know down in the comments below. And if you like this video, then please leave a like and share this video with some friends. That's more important now than ever with all the things that YouTube is changing up. And if you're not subscribed, make sure to subscribe and hit that little bell so you can get notifications on all the cool content I'll have coming out in the future. As always, guys, thank you very much for your time, and I hope you have a good one. Nerd Scum, out.
Just let it go, let it go.